Hello and welcome to another Maplestory 2 video. Today I'll be talking a little bit more about my progression and how things has been going. I figured I might as well do that because I haven't really thought about any good content to share. I don't really know what else to do. There's been a lot of people quitting the game and such, they're being burnt out and whatnot, and it's understandable. But I would recommend for players to actually wait until December 6th to see how it goes with the Skyfortress update and such. Hopefully it will help you guys out to upgrade, get yourself, some good gears and whatnot, reroll the scrolls and such. And obviously try to do as much as possible as you can, like even if it's like a practice run or whatnot, you always want to try to get some practice in and get used to the fights and such, especially for chaos raids. But I do know there's a lot of people that get burnt out because there's nothing else to do. You only do like 6 times a week of the chaos raids, and then you have the 30 dungeons every week, and that's about it. But Christmas is coming soon, so I guess if you are busy with real life and such, prioritize your family and friends first. That's most important. I hope you guys will have a good holiday yourself, or happy holidays. I know it's a bit too early to say that, but in case I don't upload that much of videos, at least I've said happy holidays to you guys. Now, going off with equipments and such, as you can see, I have a lot of equipments out here. I stopped using Veracant horns, for example, because I figured my 11 strength headpiece is pretty decent enough for me to actually have some decent damage and defense as well. Also, it gives me the 3 set effect at least. So that's something I will be replacing in the future, instead of having the increased damage by 11% on Veracant horns, because you are gonna have something else that's better, that gives you more defense in general. And obviously the gear score is what's the best with the legendary headpiece. It gives you a lot of gear score. Now, Candora's pendant is something I don't use anymore. I don't have any extra Candora's pendant to socket. I know I mentioned that I tried to open it up, I failed twice at 50%, yes. So that's 60 million gone, just like that. But I only lose out on 3 accuracy, for example, and all I need to do with my other absolute pendant is that I actually need to have a lock scroll, so I can change the attribute of the secondary stats to either physical piercing or to damage the boss. I don't think physical piercing works with regular piercing. Maybe both are too offensive first stats. I don't know, but as long as it's not dark damage, I'm fine. But yeah, I need to do that. I need to lock my scroll, or lock my stats, and then re-roll on the absolute pendant for sure. As for the chest piece, as you can see, I'm currently using my old gear, which has 4% boss damage. It gives me more offensive stats than the legendary that I have right now. I'm still gonna wait with the legendary that I have right now, because we are gonna get reroller scrolls with the Skyfortress update. So I'm looking forward to reroll on my chest for sure. That's something I would look forward to. As for shoes, I still need some accuracy, even though the recommendation was about 92 or so for the previous chaos rates, CDEV and CMOC. But you need about, I would say about 98-ish for, without any buffs of course, for Papalatus. I think I read somewhere that it was recommended to have 101 accuracy. So I started to use these shoes instead, because it gives me accuracy flat 4%, which is quite a lot. But I would recommend to actually get some stats that's offensive instead, and try to upgrade your gemstones to have higher accuracy. As for pants, I currently use the 8 strength pants, because these pants gives me a lot of defense, gives me gear score, it also gives me decent damage increase with the 8 strength. I know I can roll for higher, that's why I'm waiting for the reroller scrolls as well, to see if I can get some higher stats. If not, I'll try to get another pants that has damage to boss. Now you will see a lot of these excess items. I'm still waiting for a good roll, and obviously once I got a good roll, I'll use these as fodders to feed up my legendary equipments to plus 15 if possible. Same thing with the purple, I'm just saving them just in case I want to keep using the purple equipments because they're pretty good stats. Now going off with stats and such, I know this is going to be a long video, but please bear with me. My current bonus attack is at 835, and that's because of, I'm not sure if pet will, let's see, right, so I actually need to dismount my pet and such, just to see if it actually removes. So something you may notice, yes, I did get an epic pet, and it seems like the epic pet is actually not showing the hidden stat or whatever the people were mentioning about it, that you get extra bonus attack. But I have 835 flat through the gemstones that I have on each equipment or accessories. There's one too many accuracy gemstone, I would say, so I have about 2 of them in my sockets. I have 2 because I don't have a high level tier stone for accuracy. I need to have at least 1, that's the minimum requirement, and once you get to 10 with it, you're going to get 10 accuracy, and that's going to fill up quite a lot for my accuracy stat. So I'm going to have 82, and with a tier 10 gemstone I'm going to be at 92. So that's already good enough. With house buffs, with guild buffs and with sharp eye, you should reach the minimum threshold for the accuracy requirement. So that's the recommended thing, I would say. But if you can't manage that, I would recommend just putting 2 sockets for now with accuracy gemstones. So these 2 gives me 8 in total, because both of them gives me 4. I do have only tier 4 gemstones of offensive, and I only have tier 3 of them. I kind of wish I could get them to plus 5 on each one of them, so I have 115 on each. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 offensive gemstones with 115. That's about 700 plus of bonus attack. That's quite a lot. And then you combine that with the pet later on, and you'll get quite a lot of bonus attacks. For main stat, well, I don't really have any equipments, I guess, that gives me main stats. I was planning on doing sockets with main stat, but right now you benefit more from bonus attack because we're all still needing that extra damage. But later on we're probably going to need those main stats gemstones on our sockets. When it comes to stats itself on accessories, like I said earlier, I need to lock my piercing and reroll on the second stat for my necklace. For earring, I have the perfect stats already, but it's really low on the piercing, so I really need a rerolling scroll for this as well. For belt, similar here, I have the perfect stats, piercing and damage to boss. I just need to reroll the piercing. Something I could do as well is I could do this weekly instead of using B4 keys and reroll with that. When you do 7-man, you can get S rank, and that's when you can get cape and belt rerollers. So I'm using that on my belt. If you get S+, which is 4-man, you can get earring, necklace, and ring rerollers. So that's something I need to do. I need to upgrade my pet to level 50, so I have extra damage. I also need to reroll my earrings and such, so I can get a little bit more damage, and upgrade my gemstones so I have even more damage before I can attempt re-rolling on accessories. Cape 1, I know I said you get cape and belt on S or 7-man, and I can't re-roll on my Verkant wings, so that's why I'm still farming Balrog wings, because of the unique stats of just having piercing and melee damage. I am thinking about trying to get an absolute cape, because it does give you more health, I believe. But if I can get absolute cape with piercing and boss damage, I think that's going to be better. Aesthetic wise, it's not going to look good because I don't have any capes, wings I mean. But yeah, I'm still thinking about if I should open up with cape fragments and then reroll with the cape bonus over here. I know it's going to be RNG though, because these rerollers are only changing the value, but it's not changing the attributes. So I need to RNG a little bit more if I do cape, or I can go guaranteed with the Balrog wings if it drops, which is also RNG. But yeah, I think I'm gonna save up for Balrog wings instead of opening up with the absolute capes. Now, yeah, these two are perfect stats, and I obviously need to change for a better stat on the pendant. The ring is pretty good. It has melee damage and piercing as well. I just need to reroll on the melee damage to have a little bit more higher damage boost from it. So that's all I have. My weapon is not perfect, as I said, but it does have piercing and physical piercing. I know you can get other stats, but without the weapon I wouldn't have that high physical piercing, so I might as well do that. I know I can have Dark Descent gloves instead for my gloves, so that's something I could change. Someone's making a lot of sound on the background. But yeah, that's all I have to cover up. And obviously my pet, I recently caught this. I would say do not give up. It took me about 4 days or 5 days straight catching. I used up quite a lot of snares. I would say about 1,000-ish. I used up about 300 to 400 G3 snares, and I used up about 300 to 400 as well on G2 snares, and then a few G1 snares as well. But I caught this one with G3. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to show. I do have a lot of well, I could go into Chaos Papulatus. I know you guys have already seen Chaos Papulatus already on stream, and people that uploaded their runs. But if you do have the gear score, feel free to join it, like enter it. I obviously don't have it right now because I don't have the gear score. I'll just need to equip this, and I should have enough. But you can enter it and practice the first phase by just learning the basic attacks. So his basic attacks is literally clap, swipe, and what was it? The ground smash that's around him. He does laser from time to time as well, but I guess I can showcase just a quickie for you guys. It's going to be a long video, so I do apologize for that. I was attempting to try to do this without having too much, but I had some interruption on my previous videos. I don't like to edit things out. I prefer having them in one take. But on the first run, you drop down, avoid his attacks. You can still survive this. Oh, I might die. You can still survive this, obviously. I'm just gonna try to avoid things. So you may notice he has a bubble around him or a shield. You see above his health, it's a buff there. It says defense up, decreased damage taken by 50%. At later phase, he's gonna have 2 of them, so it's gonna take about 90% less damage. And with that, you need to pick up these Springer bombs and toss it at him. Now, why would you enter this alone? I would say if you're playing, if you're having roles later on, such as being the range, the bomb users and whatnot, you kind of want to practice. Try to practice a little bit with the tossing bombs and running around. Dodge some attacks such as laser. You want to use the ladder over here, so you can use this to cover yourself up from his attacks. When he stands over there and smacks, make sure to not stand at the bomb area, because like in CMOC, he will still hit you, so be wary of that. Now with my mouse cursor, you may notice there is a blue tile with a cogwheel. This is where the bomb spawns, and what you want to do with that, you can't kill them normally, so what you do is you grab these hammers and smack them. So that's what you do with those bombs that spawns on each bomb area. Another thing is there's going to be one on the northeast at the bottom here and one on the northwest. The 3 ones on the top is going to be for the last phase, which is used for knights to pull them together with Typhoon Slash, and then use the hammer to smack them. Other than that, you do have the path. If you're fighting over in the middle, you can go up the ladder. This is where you're gonna have laser robots shooting at you, but you still have to pick up the hammer, avoid the lasers, hit one bomb over here, take the next hammer up here and kill the second bomb over here. Same thing on the other side. Let's see, remove this. So over here someone else is going to do the bombs here as well. Pick up the hammer, go up, kill a bomb over here, go to the next hammer, pick it up, kill the bomb over here. So that's the roles for those that are doing the bombs. Just practice a little bit, you know, platforming and such. Try not to fall. So the robot spawns over here, one of them, and the other one spawns on this bottom part. I guess I can run over. I know it's gonna take a little bit longer, but let's see. So over here there's gonna be another robot over here that's standing up here that's shooting lasers. They can be 100% avoidable. You don't have to kill them, because if you practice enough dodging the lasers, for those that are using the hammers to kill the bombs up above, you can skip them entirely. Another thing that you want to be worried about is there's going to be two bombs above here, where my cursor is, below the counter for the fight. There's going to be two bombs over here. They're called small bombs. The only people that can kill them is Heavy Gunner with the homing missiles, or Room Blader that does the blade chas across to kill them. So I believe it's like that, because I don't think Blink's team has any Heavy Gunner there, so I would assume it might be the Room Blader doing the work there. Other than that, it's the same thing over here on this side. There's going to be bombs over here for whoever that does the bombs over here. There's going to be some Dark Star bombs that spawn, so you need to do the same thing on the opposite side. You may notice there are bombs on the glass panel. That's for the later phase. When he does an alarm AoE damage, he summons cogwheels from above, and they will mark on the floor where they fall. You use those cogwheels to drop down on the glass panel so you can open them up. And the reason for that is, you may notice the beams on the right side over here and on the left side over here. These are going to be gone, so you won't be able to reach this face anymore, or this area. So what you need to do is actually to get these bombs, you need to break the glass panel to actually access these bombs later on. But yeah, that's about it for this fight. I don't think there's anything else I can showcase. I guess I can leave. The music is really nice. It's different from the other Chaos raids. But yeah, that's all I have to share. And obviously, if you enter it solo, just practice it, and you should be fine. Another reason why I don't upload or stream is because we are still practicing. We haven't gotten to the math phase yet, but I don't want to stress others, or showcase that we're getting frustrated and whatnot. So I'm taking it easy right now. I don't want to stress too much, but once I get some decent runs that I want to attempt, I might stream it on my Twitch, or I'll try to upload a few progress runs on YouTube as well. I don't really know what to upload as a content creator, but hopefully this was a little bit helpful for you guys with my progression and sharing what I have done recently. Obviously, if you have quit by now, feel free to give it a try after the December update. And obviously, if you're too busy, then happy holidays to you guys, just in case, because it is Christmas soon, so you want to spend some time with your family and friends and relatives and whatnot. For the last thing that I want to mention, bringing up my Discord, I do write down information and such, so this is something I do daily. What I have done, this was posted yesterday. So I have about 21 million on me. My current character right now, let's see, I have, you don't see my money here, but I had 22.8 million, so I gained about 1.8 million from last time. But going on my Discord, I had 21 million yesterday, so I use about 300k every day for guild donation, because once you reach level 8 on your guild, it's gonna cost more to donate if you wanna contribute as much as possible. with 9 characters, I earn about 2 million every day with the daily get rich. You get about 200k ish. That's an average. You might get 100k pouches or 500k pouches, so you might get more. It really depends on your luck and RNG, but you get about 2 million, 1.8 million every day on 9 characters if you do those dailies. It says I spend about 1 million on every day on candies. That's when I was catching pets, but now I don't catch any pets anymore because I got my epic pet. So I'll be spending that 1 million instead on the keys, because I've been cutting off on analyzing keys, but now I can use that 100k on each character to use up 900k instead on analyzing keys, and hopefully I can get some B4 runs. With B4 runs, you can either do those runs with your friends, your guildmates or whatnot, or you can sell them depending on the price of your server. It's 4 million or 3.5 million to 4 million on EU, so you are making money through that every day if you're lucky. But if we go with the previous calculation, I do have about 700k spare because I use 300k on guild donation, and then I use about 1 million for candies. I would have 700k as remaining to save up for myself to do whatever I want. I can either use them to craft potions and use those potions to do some raids and whatnot. So it really depends on you. Now for the daily dungeons, you do 15 times a day. That's 1.5 million per character that you play with. So if you have 9 characters, you get about 50 million or 40 million, 30 million, my bad. I don't really know, but weekly as it is, let's go with the script here. So with the weekly mesos, you get about 3 million per character, so that's 2 days spent doing on each character. You get 3 million, and with 9 characters, if you do it on all characters, you get 27 million in total. So that's a lot of mesos you can get, and you also get a lot of chaos crystals and onyx crystals that you can either use for yourself or sell for more money. Now, I won't say I'm getting 27 million every day, because I'm not playing on all 9 characters, because some characters may be lower weapon on, like the enchanted weapon is quite low and people don't want to invite you because they want plus 15. So I would say I would get about 9 million per day or per week, because I'm playing on 3 characters, priest, knight and my berserker. That's guaranteed invite, I guess, or accepted to the party finder. Because people want, either priest or knight for Balrog or for fire dragon and whatnot. So, or beyond Linktress. So that's guaranteed 9 million for my character. If I play with the other characters, I could get up a little bit more if I'm lucky, but I would say I get about 9 million every week as guaranteed money that I can spend on. So for the last part, premium dungeon, you can only do this one per character, one per account every day. If you AFK through it, you get 100k guaranteed. If you do the things when you hit the dummies and whatnot, you can get quite a high score, and you can get about 270k. That's the highest I've gotten so far. But I get about 250k as an average, and that's something you can get additional to what you do every day. So that's all I have to share with what I do every day. Obviously you could do something else that nets you even more. And I guess I can do the price check thing that I have. So in the EU from December 1st or 1st December, I written down the things I could sell or potentially sell, because I don't like to RNG on accessories and such. I know there are still people buying blue accessories. I would not recommend doing that, but it's still something that's cheaper, I guess, if you want to have stats wise being stronger, but it still penalizes you from not having enough health, for example, to survive some extra hits for Populatus and whatnot. But the boxes itself, you can sell them for pretty decent price. I think it's been halved by now in EU, all of these boxes, but they're pretty reasonable price back then. Warrior Tonics is still 50k and up. Same thing with the candles and whetstones. They're about 12, 15k, etc. Depending on the type of class that you're playing. Right now, physical classes is more popular, so they are a lot higher when it comes. It's double the amount in comparison to the candles, for example, if you're playing a mage class. Onyx crystals is about 295 each. It might be different from now on. Chaos Onyx crystals is about 13k to 50k. Metal cells is 1.5k each. Potion solvent is about 10k now. It's on 9.9 or whatever. G2 snares is at 4.1k. G3 snares is at 14k. So if you have pet taming leveled up, obviously you can sell by just farming potion solvent yourself and then sell it by crafting them later on. Do not buy potion solvent and then sell G3 snares, because you're losing out on money on that. So one potion solvent equals 10k, and then you use 1k to craft it, you have about 11k, right? So you're only making 3k. So the best way to do this is actually just to farm potion solvent and sell it directly if you can't craft G3. But if you can craft G3, you're making a little bit more, let's say 5k more mesos by crafting them yourself, and you level your pet taming as well for the last ranking. Candora's Pendant is about 26 mil to 80 mil depending on the sockets. Balrog Wings is at 30 mil, I believe, and it goes up to 100 mil depending on the stats. Wings for Veracant is 20 mil-ish to 27. Veracant Horse is at 6.2 mil. It's for those that don't have the luck with the epic equipments, obviously, the horns. So that's our filler, I guess. And for pets, if you're doing a lot of pet taming, trying to catch your epic pet, white pets is about 2k as minimum, as far as I've seen. But I usually sell them at 3.5k to 4k recently. So I wouldn't say 5k would be like at the very limit when people are buying a lot of them. Green pets is about 40k to 50k. Blue pets is 450k, and then epic pet is about 140 mil, 130 mil, up to, you know, it goes up depending on the stats. But yeah, that's all I have to cover up for what I have to say. I mean, I'm not one of those, you know, elite player, whatever. If you see me as a Codex player being an elitist, I'm trying to share as much as possible. I mean, I'm trying to stream as well, but I have a potato PC, but I do want to try to stream as much as possible, but I don't really have much of content to showcase. I don't think there's anything interesting to watch, I guess. This is probably why a lot of people are quitting as well, because there's not much to do except for farming and grinding weekly. But try to enjoy the game, enjoy holidays as well. It's coming up soon. December update is coming soon, so please look forward to that. And I'm probably gonna make some soulbinder video. We'll see. I might, if I get a free character slot, I might do some soulbinder stream and soulbinder videos for those that are interested. I'm not gonna main it, but it's something new. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry for the long video. I tried to make this as short as possible, but I feel like I wanted to talk a lot and, you know, connect with you guys. Since you're in my community, I figure I might as well share everything that I have. So I'm gonna leave my Twitch down below in the description below. If you do want to be joining, or if you're playing on EU and you want to have this information that I link, I guess every week or every month, I'll think about it, and we'll see if I'll share my Discord for that. It's not that much. I do have written down like the faces and such, and you can watch some videos, for example, but that's about it. It's not much. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll wish you guys good luck with your raidings and farming. Hopefully you guys can catch up as well. Do not give up when it comes to things. I did not give up. I was close to giving up, but I'm still playing the game. I'm enjoying the game, even though it's a little bit like a chore, but it's still a fun game if you actually meet some new people and, you know, talk a little bit. Just don't generalize people for being elite players just because of what guild they are in and whatnot. You know, be friendly with each other and try to help each other. I may not be able to help every single person doing chaos raids, etc., because I do need to find, you need to have 10 people, obviously. So yeah, as a single person, or that sounded a little bit wrong, but as a solo player, for the most of the time, I'm not even in a static group. It's still manageable if you can find a decent group or a guild to hang around with. But yeah, I'm not gonna make this video too long. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.